We're broadcasting, hopefully.
Okay. Gary, you want to do the roll call?
Barb,
Here.
Ellen Robbins, Campbell,
Here.
Steve,
Here.
Ken,
Present.
Larry Michelson.
Okay, we're here tonight to discuss making a motion of the council and the mayor's governing body in favor of supporting the citizens that are opposed to the skiing rule in the proposal that the park district sent out. So at this time, I'm pretty sure I know how you all feel, but I do at this time would like anybody to speak up that would like that proposal to go through. Because, you know, there's a lot of people, they have a lot of opinions. But it's my feeling, and the reason we would do this more than anything is that the majority of the citizens of this village do not want this proposal passed in its present form, particularly the Sunday skiing area. So, did council, do you have any, anybody got any comments here?
I got a couple, a few people did. I was at a conference yesterday and had an opportunity to talk with Glenn Cobb, who's the chief of State Parks and Watercraft. Deb Green, who's the person we've been talking to, reports directly to him. And when I introduced myself, said I'm from Chippewa Lake, he said, "Boy, you got a lot of excitement up there." So he's already caught wind of that. I tried to build a relationship with him. He's from Fayette County. In my high school years were spent there at Washington Courthouse. He went to the public school. He was a two-time captain of Ohio State football team. Jim Trusted was a speaker that afternoon and acknowledged him. When I told him that, you know, I was opposed to the rules, he said, "Well, that's kind of democracy in action." To which I quit back. I said, "Well, it's also a chance to make sure that bad laws don't get enacted." And he said, "Yes." So this process is an ODNR process, even though Medina County Parks has submitted something. We quibbled about how they've gone about it. And that'll all come out at the end, I think. But it's, what we're doing, I think, is very good. It's a full court press. We know that it's going through ODNR. They would take that, because a watercraft is supposed to everybody as a boater should be supported by the Division of Watercraft. So they understand that. 2018, I went through this process, was the Medina County Park was closing down the lake for algae blooms. The state of Ohio does not close down lakes for algae blooms. So I got wrapped up in this thing over that issue. Now, can a park shut down a lake? Sure they can. Was it proper? I don't know. So I went through this process that we're going through right now. So I prepared myself for the battle of war, as you might say. So as we talk to the leaders, they understand how many people should be contacted. So I thought that was an interesting opportunity that I had. So Glenn Cobb is his name. I bantered with him a little bit to build a rapport. It came pretty quick. He knew common friends through there. He told me some funny stories. Dale was the name I used. He was high school and college friend. And Dale was a football coach at Washington Courthouse when Glenn Cobb, Art Sleester, and that group were going through my trace. And I talked to Dale on the way home and I said, I didn't do very well in this. So very competitive. But I'm going to spin that. Some of the rules that I see, this call Glenn Cobb a lead athlete. And then when I see rules coming on for things that limit ability to practice or grab air or things that the common man wouldn't know, but the type of people like a Tim Cock, he's on an air chair, does a flip. That's wonderful. He's got to practice it somewhere. And park districts operate under a legal umbrella called recreational immunity. So if Tim would in fact injure himself in that kind of maneuver, they have no recourse back to the park district unless they actually did something wrong. So recreational immunity, all these little acts, if you walk down the trail and slip and break an ankle, then sorry, it's on you now. So some of the rules, I think, are punitive against elite athletes that are trying to get better at their sport, which our ski team is an example of that. Would be. So when I write back to him, and I'll give him a letter before the meeting, my letter to him will be, opposing, bring up that these rules are against elite athletes. And then, I'd rather educate than legislate. I think that's been a creed that I've done for a long time. So hopefully, all of these things that you're doing and are doing and will be doing, I think they're all important. I think it's a good step here for the council. I don't know of any other time that they had to oppose rules. Do you know of any?
Well, this has got the most reaction making that we've had encounters with.
So, this resolution, I think, is very good.
Okay,
But you gotta keep fighting. This is not, don't consider it over just because the letter is off. It's a full court press, so use it to your advantage.
I did finally hear back from Nate today, and he did express that everybody, the emails that he's got, he said he was answering them all today because he'd been out of town. You guys probably know that. And that he liked the way they were all, very nicely worded and everything. There was not too many that were real derogatory. So I think that you guys should all be proud of yourselves for handling this way, because it could get out of, we know we have residents that could make this get out of line real quick. Now, any other councilman have anything to say? Okay, now earlier today, Leslie, our resident lawyer, Leslie Burns, sent us an example of what we might want to pass tonight, and we have looked at it today. And our law director, who couldn't be here tonight, also looked at it. And I think that this is the wording we want. Has anybody got any objections to that? And you guys, most all, the ones of you I've talked to said you liked it.
I liked it. I thought it was done very well. A little bit of tweaking that Ellen probably took care of, but I'm behind it.
I'd like to see it.
You didn't get it? No. Well, it's lengthy, but I could read it, or we can have Leslie read this. Leslie, why don't you read this out to everybody? You're such a public speaker and all. This is her suggested idea.
Whereas the village of
Come
Chippewa
on,
Lake,
face it.
whereas the village of Chippewa Lake recognizes the integral role Chippewa Lake plays in the lives of its residents, fostering a sense of community and providing a unique and cherished recreational space. Whereas the proposed rule changes by the Medina County Park District, specifically the imposition of restricted wait times on Chippewa Lake, have raised concerns within our community regarding the potential impact on the residents' way of life, economic activities, and recreational opportunities. Whereas the village council has thoroughly considered the viewpoints of our residents and acknowledges their concerns about the proposed restrictions limiting voting time from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and imposing a no Sundays rule. Now therefore, we have resolved that the Village of Chippewa Lake Council hereby expresses its strong opposition to the proposed rule changes set forth by the Medina County Park District. Be it further resolved that the Village Council calls upon the Park District to engage in open and transparent dialogue with the community, considering alternative solutions that address safety concerns without significantly restricting the use of Chippewa Lake. Be it further resolved that the Village Council urges the Park District to conduct a comprehensive impact assessment, taking into account the economic implications on local businesses, the cultural significance of lake activities, and the overall well-being of Chippewa Lake residents. Be it further resolved that the Village Council advocates for a collaborative approach, inviting the Park District to work together with the community to develop solutions that balance safety considerations with the preservation of the unique lifestyle associated with Chippewa Lake. Be it further resolved that copies of this resolution will be forwarded to the Medina County Park District, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and other relevant stakeholders to convey the unified stance of the village of Chippewa Lake against the proposed rule changes. Ooh, you want to
See?
You may take a bow.
I think so. Was the time up, Joanne? Joanne, was the time right on there?
So if you can see the time, just go to that section. I just want to make sure that I heard that right.
Is the time wrong?
What, 8:36 a.m.?
No.
What time?
The no wait,
Yeah, I think it was,
They were right.
10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
yeah,
That's
correct.
the time that
Okay,
we
now
can
this is
allow.
not really a resolution.
yeah.
Yes.
It's a motion.
I caught, yeah, that, I caught my,
Unless there's more public discussion.
Do we have any more discussion on this?
Yes. What started this?
God only knows.
Does anybody know
No.
what started this?
Well, Nate said something about ODNR having them submit stuff once a year, and this was time, and that some of the wording and what they had with ODNR was, had it all be changed. Wordings like, instead of you shall not, you will not, stuff like that is always said. And so while they were doing all this, they, and I don't know who they are, decided to throw some of this in. Because they had some complaints that, fishermen feel uncomfortable here. And even though, it's been pointed out to him, there's other places to kayak, there's other places to fish. He just doesn't like someone feeling unsafe on the
But
lake.
there's never been any, no incidents.
I know. He also said, none of this has been passed, they're still thinking about it, he's considering comments they're receiving, and from what I'm seeing from you guys, from your committee there, that a lot of people, not just Nate, are receiving these emails, so hopefully it'll have some effect, and our ideas on kind of add to it.
Do we know if Lori Glynn's is doing something similar?
I haven't heard anything about that.
I did email John Dean today, and I didn't hear back from him.
So we still don't know what caused this to start.
That's only what he said. I mean, ODNR is in there somewhere, but if it's just a procedural thing and they decided to put this in there, I don't know.
Yeah, we can't find any record of public discussion at the board meetings or anything like that, so there's, and others, Barbara Graff is very good at this. Barbara Graff is an attorney. Barbara Graff ran these kind of committees, so she's pretty well, and she's written some very well documented things. And Mary Mertz, the head of ODNR, and requests for information from Nate and others. So she's watching closely, but we all need to be participating on this. I don't, if it's going into this 1547-61 process, which is going on, it started. To say that he just kind of added this to it, no, it's in play. And you gotta know it's in play. We need to stop it quickly.
John, did you have something to say?
I did, so I received an email, I'm just going to share this information. So it was suggested that this has to be presented to Parks Board. Nate, in his email today, said that at the November board meeting, the November Park Board meeting, he shared this information with his board. But we don't see that because those minutes don't get approved until the December meeting. So we haven't seen the November minutes.
Oh, that's the same way we operate.
Right, so that's why we can't find that online. That's all I want to share.
Tim?
If you guys don't know, I am the president of the ski team right now. I just want to say how appreciative we are of everybody standing up for keeping skiing on the lake. This will have a long-term effect if it passes, because our organization runs on people that are in this community, that water ski and own boats. If water skiing goes away from here, the ski team will slowly die away, because we will not have that continued support. So, thank you very much.
Did you get them?
2023-09.
Okay, does somebody want to make a motion to,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. You want to get this typed up, maybe a little bit better, and then, who wants to take this to them, or how do we get this to them? What's the best way to get this to the Park District?
Email.
Paper trail.
Email it to Nate, Demetrius.
Leslie, do you have that already that, can you like maybe save it as a PDF or a Word document and then send it to Gary? Instead of having all the email titles and stuff on it?
I think I'd stick it in an envelope and send it certified too, to make sure they got it.
It's a good idea.
Or you can put read receipt on when you email it. If you email it to Nate, you can put on there that it's,
I'd rather the postal service give us a notice that it was delivered and received inside.
Yeah,
You
both.
know, well,
We can do
Postal
both.
Service works around here, they can be getting it December 10th.
You're right about
I'm
that.
not trying to be rude, but from experience, I know that.
Yeah, if this were to end up being somehow legal, that would be something to have in hand.
Okay, you want to mail it to him, and we'll have Leslie email it to him.
Yep.
Leslie, you need to write this down. It's resolution number 2023-09R.
I got it. I just want to add that Nate has said in some of our responses, because they're all sharing each other's responses that we're getting from him, that several anglers and kayakers have expressed that they don't feel comfortable at Chippewa Lake, and they should all feel comfortable at Chippewa Lake. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not really an overly experienced kayaker, and I'm not going to go kayak some raging river in Colorado or something. So if someone's not comfortable somewhere, they should know their comfort level and go accordingly.
My Catholic friends look for level 3, 4, and 5 rapids, so flooding water is kind of boring to them.
Right.
I know we swim in Lake Medina and the fishermen get upset with us because we're swimming.
Right, because that's new and you guys aren't supposed to be
Yep,
swimming. You're allowed to be
but we've
there.
been doing that for 5 or 6 years now,
Right.
and they get upset, and we're not allowed to swim on Saturday and Sunday because that's a big fishing time, so we respect that.
Right.
So they're doing this in another one of their parks. That's Medina County Parks now, right?
Lake Medina is Medina.
That's reversed, huh?
Okay.
I mean, we create, we're so swift that we just create these huge
You
waves.
scare the fish out of the next problem.
If you're interested to see how many complaints he has got from fishermen and how many complaints.
Don't they have it documented?
They're not, none of them are documented.
None of them are.
No.
So how does he quantify that?
Yeah,
we
You're
made-
uncertain, but
Precisely.
I think that we have well documented how we feel.
Yeah.
Because if it's not documented, then not.
Okay, well, I don't believe we had any other business, right?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all for coming.
Did you say that you had some Christmas lights